Riding a 4-game winning streak, the LA Angels find themselves 6-4 in their last 10. We're still shooting for that AL West division title over those Houston Astros. Good game here against the New York Yankees. Trevor Rogers, of course, continuing to pitch very, very well. Tough Yankees team, tough Yankees lineup. Facing off against Garrett Cole, he gets the job done. And quite frankly, guys, I'm just kind of getting tired of Yu Chang's performance lately. He just really hasn't gotten it done. And we are going to be actually designating him for assignment and then calling up Jerome Morris. He's been hitting the cover off the baseball down there in AAA, hitting .299. And now we kind of have ourselves a little bit of a dilemma here. He's a top 50 prospect. I want to get him into our lineup, but we've got O'Hoppe that's a catcher. He's also eligible at first base. Sean Wells our first baseman, but he's been more of a designated hitter. It's really helped him along as a hitter just to be focused on that side of his development. So I kind of like Jerome Morris being the primary catcher. And you guys can see we have 5 top 100 prospects, and we are the number 2 ranked minor league system in all of Major League Baseball. So our drafts have been pretty spectacular, but we haven't really gotten to see any of those young stars on the rise, other than Jerome Morris. He's going to get the start here today, getting this Major League debut against the New York Yankees. Very tough spot to be in. Mike Trout and Shonwell doing a job here, base hit after base hit. Then Logan O'Hoppe comes through, shoots this thing into the right field corner. We've got Max Kepler out there, the left-hander, throwing back into the cut, but not going to be in time. Run will score. O'Hoppe gets it done. Adolis Garcia lifts a fly ball out there to right. Here comes Kepler charging. We are going to test the throw home, and Trout is safe. Kind of a risky play. Maybe he wanted to go in head first, but that's always a risk, especially when you're dealing with your star player. Don't want to get him hurt. So Adolis Garcia comes through. 2-0 Angels. And now we get the first at-bat of Jerome Morris's young career. Little chopper. Got a little fooled on that. Had 2 strikes on him. Just trying to protect, and it was just a good pitch by Clark Schmidt. So kudos to you. Hats off to you. So Chris Paddock has a 20.6% strikeout rate. So, this is not a guy that's going to strike out a bunch of hitters, but so far this year he's been pretty decent, right? He's been all right. 1 out of 5 batters he faces, he strikes him out. I will take that. All right, so Everson Pereira comes through with a double with a 1 out, and Aaron Judge, thankfully it wasn't a home run. Like, that's where I'm at with Aaron Judge right now. If he gets on base, fine. As long as you're not hitting a 2-run homer, I'm good with it. All right, Max Kepler. Speaking of 2-run home runs, that baby's gone. Into the netting, into center field, 2-run shot. Max Kepler, 105 on the exit velo, 431, and that pitch was right down Broadway. Ground ball here, O'Hoppe's got this one, so 2 down, make it 3 down. We will head here to the top of the 4th inning. Little base hit here, back up the middle, or is it? Volpe? Oh, man, he could have been out right there. Had first baseman not bobbled it, I think he would have been called out. All right, Garcia's going to strike out. Looking here, great pitch. First strikeout of the game for Clark Schmidt, so we have done a pretty darn good job of putting bat on ball. Jerome Morris is going to strike out here. Check, swing, and then a deep fly ball to left field. Zach Neto trying to go deep to give him the lead, but that will end up tying the game, pending on a throw here from Will Wilson, the shortstop for the Yankees. Custom player, by the way. Can't get it done, so that is a clutch job there by Zach Neto to come through with a base hit. So we got a tie game, or Elvis Martinez does ground out. We're going to jump here to the bottom of the 4th inning as we got a strikeout. Paddock yet again with another K. He's fired up. Got to keep that momentum moving here. Mike Trout with a man on second base. That's a base hit. Yankees just trying to hold on here. Trout thought they might have tried to throw home, but instead threw to second. Nice heads-up play by Max Kepler. All right, for Elvis Martinez. Nice toss over to first base to O'Hoppe, and that's going to retire the Yankees' side here. Let's jump here to the top of the 6th inning. We've got Morris still trying to seek out his first major league hit, but instead grounds out into a twin-killing double play. That is it for the top of the 6th. Let's go bottom 6. Man on first base, Kepler, who's already got a 2-run shot in this game. He does strike out. 4 strikeouts now for Chris Paddock. Oh, look what I found. Little ground ball back up the middle, stolen away by Chris Paddock. And that is officially a quality start for Paddock. He also gets through 7 with a nice strikeout there on Anthony Volpe. There we go. All right, top of the 8th, Morris. You could have gotten really selfish there, but instead he does take the walk, and that leaves up Zach Neto to go off the foul pole for a grand salami. Thank you very much. 4 runs will score. 8-3 ball game. And that would not have happened, I don't think, if it weren't for Jerome Morris being a headsy player, right? If he would have tried to swing at that pitch, gotten himself out, ended the inning, right? Then we're not in that spot. It's a closer game than 8-3 after that grand slam, right? All right, let's jump here to the bottom of the ninth, excuse me. Ben Joyce had a really good bottom of the 8th, but now he faces the middle of the order, the meat of the lineup. Aaron Judge here with a leadoff double in the bottom of the 9th. And then Max Kepler is going deep. Garcia took a little bit off on the sprint there. Started jogging a little bit, trying to time that up, but just missed it. 8th home run there for Max Kepler. It's a 2-run homer again, and it is now 8-5, but he does get Austin Wells here to strike out. Nice little pitch there. He's also going to get Edmundo Sosa to strike out. And then Luis Torrens pops it up into the outfield. Trout coming on, and he will make the catch. Angels get the W. And again, you just go back to that at-bat, that walk by the rookie, not letting the moment get too big for him, right? Allowing the guy behind him, you know you're struggling a little bit here in your Major League debut. The guy behind him, Zach Neto, established himself as a pro in these last couple of seasons, and he comes up with that grand slam. So perfect setup there by Mr. Jerome Morris. Now, guys, we are going to be player locking. Jerome Morris here, still looking for his first Major League hit. And could this be it? It's a deep drive with good timing, but no. Ugh. Ouch. At least it seems like he's kind of getting the feel here, right? Here's Morris, little throw down. Stolen base attempt, he got him. Okay, that's good to see, especially since we're trying to force the fact that he's going to be our everyday regular catcher. Now look at this play by Volpe. Wow. 1 step away from your first Major League hit. Man, he just can't buy one right now. So through 2 games, Jerome Morris is over. Let's see if we can try again here in a day game. Try to finish off a sweep over the Yankees. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Get to 50 wins. All right, top of the 2nd here. Deep drive to right field. Just a little bit late on the timing, but look who's there. It's Max Kepler yet again. He's been a thorn in our side, guys. Strikeout here. Tristan McKenzie in the top of the 4th. Morris goes down yet again. He's still over. Hot shot ground ball there to 3rd. Nice play. Continues to be over. Angels still holding on to a lead. Top of the 8th with a man on second base. Ground ball could be through the hole. Nope. Not hit hard enough. So Morris will end his debut in New York hitless. Bottom of the 9th inning. Angels up by 2. And we got a little moment there where he could have been involved in the play, but we get the ground ball. Game over. Rest is history. Angels get the sweep. Love that. Yankees lose. The Yankees lose. Love that. Shawnuel and Trout. It's been quite the dynamic duo here for these LA Angels here in Season 4. Silseth's been pretty solid, too, for what he is. Right, he's not going to strike out a bunch of guys. He's got a 4.42 ERA. Taking a look at the Yankees lineup there. Will Wilson at the very top, custom player yet again. I'm going to mention that. He had a nice game. So I think it's the shoes. We're changing the shoes for Jerome Morris. And we're going to enter into this matchup here against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Always a cool matchup. Diamondbacks, Angels. Love to see it. Currently, Morris is still hitless, but not anymore. A bottom of the 6th double with 2 outs. That'll be his first Major League hit. And I don't really know about the celebration pose right there. Like, my guy, you're like 1 for 11 or something. So We got to cool it on that little celly, okay? Let's just cool it. Deep drive out there to right field, right center field gap, and that could have fallen in, but it's 8-3. Unfortunately for the Angels, we will get a loss. And Valdez gets it done here for the D-backs. So, now that we were able to see our rookie, our prized possession rookie, get a base hit, his first major league hit, in gameplay. I would have hated for him to do it in simulation. So we got it in gameplay. We advance a little bit here, and Morris ended up going 2 for 4 here. He got his first major league home run against the Baltimore Orioles, so you love to see that. And then he backs it up with a 2 for 5 performance in the next game, along with 2 strikeouts. So he's going to be going through some growing pains. And by the way, look at Jackson Rutledge's outing there. So Silseth goes 5, Rutledge goes 6 with 10 strikeouts. That's crazy. It's crazy. He's been such a find from the Rule 5 draft. I tell you what, I'm really impressed. Really impressed with that guy. Morris, 1 for 4 here today. His batting average is slowly climbing up from that 0 for 11, something around those lines start. So he's having himself kind of a resurgence here in simulation. So I think he's ready. I just think he's going to have a little bit of growing pains right now. But we'll just have to see how he progresses throughout the rest of the season. We ended up scoring 3 runs in the top of the 9th to beat Seattle 5-2. Connor Saples, Enrique Gonzalez, 2 custom players there. Only 1 hit apiece. Those are 2 guys for this Mariners lineup that we definitely have to take care of because those guys are beasts. Now, looking at the All-Star voting, we've got 3 players on our squad. Trout, O'Hoppe, and Shawnuel. Obviously, those 3 guys are what's driving the success of this baseball team here in season number 4. So, as they go, we go. So I'm anxious to see how they perform in the All-Star game if we decide to sim that. I don't really remember, actually, if I go that far or not. But looking at some of those familiar names from a while ago, we got Geraldo Chavez, our guy down in AAA. He's up to a 71 overall. At 24 years old, I'd still like to see with that A potential him keeping to progress at a really nice pace because I do want him to get in eventually. So the AL Futures get a victory here, but unfortunately can't see the box score, so that sucks, but got a nice win there. Now, against the Oakland Athletics, we scored 8 runs in the top of the 9th, 4 runs in the top of the 8th. That's 12 runs of 17 that we totally scored. Morris had a 4-hit game. So, yeah, I think he's ready, guys. What do you think? I think he's there. So now we got the draft here. So we are nowhere near the top 10, top 20 picks. I think we picked number 28. But I do like to show you guys the 1 through 3s because these guys are supposedly supposed to be kind of generational guys, right? Really good players. And if we see them in gameplay, I'd like to give you kind of a glimpse at who these guys are, right? Are we gonna ever see Pedro Serna Ruiz? Maybe, maybe not. Now, there were a couple guys in this draft in the last video that I talked about that I really were hoping that would fall to us. One guy is right here, Darryl Capel. Another guy, Connor Campbell. We actually liked him. We ranked him as number 4 on our board. And of course, Cleveland picked him up. Cleveland always has been doing that to us. Chris Griffin is another guy. He was draft rank for the MLB at about 26, 28. We liked him around that range as well. That would have been nice to have him there. Garrett Isaac would have been a nice player too. Got him fully scouted. So where are we at? What are we looking at here? Could this be another Jerome Morris situation here where Morris Stevenson, only 10% scouted, but he's the number 1 guy and he's falling because he didn't do a doctor's exam. We didn't have a doctor look at his arm and say, yeah, you're good, man, you're good. So it's like, what is he hiding, right? Peter Leach is another guy, closing pitcher. He's ranked 5th. For both MLB and for us. I kind of like him. We do need a more established closer. That's been a big issue for us throughout this franchise series. But you know what we haven't done? We haven't really taken a big first baseman. And you look at the future numbers here, only 10% scouted for Bruno Zarate. But I look at that guy and I'm like, there's something intriguing about Bruno Zarate. 18 years old, and he's a big dude. And then you look at everybody else that we have scouted that we are confident in. They're all rated towards the back, like the back of the second round, like mid-second round, in the 40s. So do we take Morris Stevenson, a relief pitcher? I'm not doing it. I'm not going that way. I think we're going to compound the first base problem that we have organizationally. We've got O'Hoppe. We got Thomas Woodson. He can play first and third, a guy we drafted a while back. Shawnuel, Morris. We got a catcher first base problem. We're jam-packed over there. We're also going to take this pitcher, Miguel DeGaudio. Not a lot of knowledge about him either, about 10%, but I did like the velo. So we'll see how that pans out after it's all said and done. We sign all these guys up, and we'll see how we did. And we'll also compare ourselves to the rest of the major leagues. Now, what are we going to do here? Because Morris has been kind of slowly climbing up. I know that we need pitching for the playoff run. I really don't like the idea of giving up Jefferson Carroll, but where's he going to play? We can't roster him. We can't roster 3 catchers, can we? We're just not going to do it. So we do get a left-hander in Jake Eater. We do get a relief pitcher in Michael Kopech, and Jefferson Carroll finds a home here. He's the best catcher overall-wise for the Chicago White Sox. So that's our trade deadline move. And you look at Bruno Zarate's numbers here. Look at what this guy's going to do, man. He's a 86 potential, and he can hit. He's like immediately ready to play, right? I like him. He's 71 overall, B potential, high B potential, no less. And then our next 2 picks, Stephen Choi, second baseman. He can play a little outfield too, so he's a little Mr. Utility guy. And then we got Albert DelGaudio, his brother, by 1 year. Just kidding. I'm making that up. He's a 63 potential. Yamashita is a C potential. So I don't think we did too bad. It's not our best draft class by any means. I think last season was better. We had Joaquin Marrero, an 80 overall outfielder. Then of course we got Jerome Morris. That was our best draft class by far. But this one was pretty good too. Because you compare us to other teams across the league, there's only a couple guys that had the A potential. Like a guy like Darryl Capel. I really wanted Capel. He would have been awesome for us to go get. And then we do a really, really quick scroll here. I did not find any like true generational guy like Jerome Morris is who we found. And even Morris Stevenson really wasn't like this unbelievable all-worldly player either. There he is right there. So 71 overall with an A potential. So, I mean, I feel like we did the right thing. Could we have gotten better with Morris Stevenson? Yeah, for sure. 71 overall is pretty good for a reliever coming out of the gate. But I think Bruno Zarate is going to be a really nice piece to our offense. And of course, we really got to start considering Shawnuel's going to want to get paid soon. O'Hoppe's going to want to get paid soon. So what is that? How is that going to all work out down the road? So as we simulate a couple days here in August, we definitely have a winning record in the month here. We only have 1 loss, 1 little measly loss there to Oakland. Make it 2 losses here. 1 to Oakland, 1 to Tampa Bay. And now we're going to get into the thick of it, aren't we? Because we are tied in the AL West currently. We've also got the Cleveland Guardians to worry about. We've got the Texas Rangers upcoming as well. They're going to be shooting for a wild card spot. And as you know, 3 teams make the wild card. So whoever doesn't win the AL West is going to get wild card A. But you really can't mess around too much. Because again, the Rangers only 7 games back from us. Then the Guardians 9 games back from us. Which is, it's a bit, but any cold streak and they get hot, you know, they're right back in it in September, right? There's still a whole month and a half left to play. So we got to catch some fire. Hopefully the trade move that we made with the Chicago White Sox is going to help our pitching rotation. It's helping our bullpen as well. Jake Eater, kind of like that Braxton Garrett type. We got a left-hander that could also be kind of a flex guy. So basically we have 2 dudes in our bullpen that could be flex starters. Definitely going to help our 5-man rotation every now and then. Maybe Braxton Garrett gets a start. Every now and then, maybe down the stretch, Jake Eater gets a start, right? Less innings, less wear and tear on our guys. And of course, if they do get into some situations where they got to be using the pen, perfect, right? So, guys, that's it for the video. Leave a like if you like this thing. Going to be a crucial episode here tomorrow as we get through our playoff push video. And then over the weekend on Sunday will be our playoff video as well. And again, if it holds serve, Sunday will be a playoff video. If we somehow miss, it will be an off-season video. So just FYI there. Also, if we get into the playoffs, Sunday will be the entire playoff run except for the World Series. If we get to the World Series, I'll see you guys next week for that one. So either way, a lot of things left to be decided here. A lot of ebbs and flows that could happen here for our Angels. But we got to find a way to get hot here in the next month and a half to stave off the Rangers, stave off the Astros, stave off the Guardians. Got a lot of teams, man. A lot of targets on our backs from these teams here in the AL. All right, that's it, guys. Leave a like if you like this thing. Let me know how you like the draft. Are you impressed with Jerome Morris? Do you think he's the future at the catcher position? Do you think it was the shoes that he was struggling with? Because ever since we changed out the shoes, the less flashy shoes, he started to hit, right? It's like he comes up there and he's wearing blue, purple shoes, and everybody's looking at him like, who's this dude? Dude, you haven't done anything. So what? You hit $299 up in a AAA for Salt Lake. Yeah. Well, anyway, let me know, guys. I'll see you in the next one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and peace.